Moving on now, social media use, specifically by adolescents and teenagers, is under growing scrutiny worldwide, really, but also here in France. Now, in response to a violent, lethal attack on a school aide this week, Emmanuel Macron vowed to ban social media use for those under the age of 15 if the EU does not make more progress on the issue. And then on Wednesday, French lawmakers also grilled 5 French content creators deemed problematic by a citizens' assembly about the psychological toll that TikTok may be taking on minors. It's part of a wider nationwide debate about how misogynistic, violent, racist, or body-shaming content, among others, is indeed affecting youth. For more on this, Dr. Luis Alvarez joins us on the program. He is a child adolescent psychiatrist at the American Hospital here in Paris. Dr. Alvarez, thank you so much for joining us today. So how have you personally, as a psychiatrist, seen the effects of social media or even TikTok specifically affect the mental health of your patients?
Well, thank you for this invitation. What I have to tell you is that ever since COVID, we have seen how social media and the internet has taken a huge place in our kids' life. This has been documented by evidence-based trials. And what I have to tell you is that mostly 90% of our kids in a everyday basis go to social media. And the breaking point is spending more than 3 hours in social media. Half of our kids spend more than 3 hours in social media and internet and in screens, and half of them have trouble with mental health issues. So a very important message we have to say very clearly and loudly is that the breaking point is 3 hours daily of the use of social media. After that breaking point, yes, we will see mental health indicators go down and the mental health and the health in general of our youth be degraded.
And how is that playing out, Dr. Alvarez? I mean, are we talking about short-term, easily reversible pathologies or the start of something that's potentially long-term and might be very, very difficult to undo?
Well, for most of those kids that spend more than 3 hours in social media, most of them have mild troubles. So we can, in a certain way, help them in a very easy way. But unfortunately, a part of those kids are really in trouble, and social media use is maybe not the cause of this trouble, but one of the signs of this trouble. So those kids are really in trouble and they need specialized help.
To the extent that algorithms kind of, I mean, you talk about the importance of the amount of time, the quantity of time that kids are spending on these networks, that seems to suggest that the issue is perhaps behavioral in a sense. And that begs the question as, I mean, to the extent that the business model of social media companies is to monopolize attention based on pretty clearly determinable algorithms, do you think it's realistic that this will change?
Yes, of course. We have publications, evidence-based publications that show us that it's not only a matter of time spending in social media, it's also the quality of what our kids see in this social media. The most dangerous, in certain ways, social media is those based on image and pulling youth to compare themselves to idealistic models. Those are, in certain ways, the most dangerous contents to which fragile youth can be exposed. So it's not only a matter of time spent, it's also a matter of the quality of the content of those social media. And among those kids that are really in trouble, we have those with image troubles. And of course, those specific social media aiming their algorithm in showing images are very, very, we have to be very careful with them.
We have time for one last question for you, Dr. Alvarez. As a psychiatrist, then, what are your recommendations? Are you more of the mind that there should be much stricter legislation on the part of lawmakers, or all-out bans, at least under certain ages, for these social media platforms?
Well, this is the everlasting dilemma between protection and liberty. But if we see the studies, I think we have to be more in a protective approach. Everything in humans has to be learned and taught. If we use an analogy, if you allow me, we need to learn our kids to drive. It's the same thing with social media and the internet. It's a huge power, a wonderful power, but also with potentially very problematic effects. So our kids need to learn, as they learn how to drive, they need to learn how to deal with social media.
Psychiatrist Dr. Luis. Sorry to cut you off.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Alvarez.